The second is you need to describe the change of state in terms of melting, boiling, evaporation, freezing, condensation and sublimation. Now let us see what is melting. Melting is a very simple process where solid gains heat energy and the particles vibrate faster, and when there is enough space between the particles, it will become a liquid. Okay, so when solid becomes a liquid by heating, it's called melting. So solid absorbs heat energy and it becomes liquid. When there is enough force, it becomes a liquid, and that particular process you call it as melting. And from liquid to gas, you call it as boiling. When the liquid particles absorbs enough heat energy and they turn into the gaseous state, then you call it as boiling. Now, you can also come from reverse. That is, from gas to liquid, I call it as condensation. Condensation. So in condensation, what happens? The gas particles lose energy and they come closer to each other and they become liquid. They condense. The gas condenses to form liquid, and that process is called condensation. From liquid, when you again increase the temperature, then it becomes a solid. The particles will come closer, very very close to each other. They will get an orderly arrangement, and you call it as freezing. And one more very important thing is, there are some chemicals are there. Like for example, you can take naphthalene. You might have known the naphthalene balls, naphthalene, or you can even take camphor. Okay, some of these chemicals, they will not have a liquid state. They will directly go from solid to the vapor state or gaseous state, and from gas to, when you decrease the temperature, gas to solid it will become. And such kind of process you call it as sublimation. So sublimation is a process where the solid is directly converted into its vapor state and the vapor is cooled to become solid. There is no liquid state in between. So in that process you call it as sublimation. Now the next is, you need to know about describe qualitatively the pressure, the temperature of gas in terms of motion of its particle. So pressure and temperature of gas. So you need to know, when the temperature increases, what happens? The gas particles move much faster. The kinetic energy of the gas particle increases. They move very fast. They collide with each other very fast, and the pressure of the container as well increases. This, they would ask you a question. They will ask you about diffusion. Like they will ask you a question like this. They will say a perfume bottle is opened in one corner of the room, and after some time you can see the entire room smells of the perfume. What could be the reason? How would you explain in terms of kinetic theory? So you need to say about the particles in the bottle, that is the perfume, will first absorb the heat energy and it will evaporate. When it evaporates, there are air molecules. So it evaporates and mixes with the air molecules, and it diffuses through the air molecules, and it fills all the available space. So here they will not give you mark if you write about the concentration gradients from higher concentration to lower concentration in chemistry, but they will give you mark for you to say about mixing. Diffusion is a mixing process. Diffusion is a process where the particles fill all the available space. So you need to talk about mixing, filling all the available space for you to get the full 2 mark. Then